really tough loss. Last game of the season is against your rival. Yes, I'm very disappointed in the team. Once again, going up by 10 in the fourth quarter and just not being able to execute.
Talk a little bit about losing that lead down the stretch. What do you attribute to it?
Coach, you're putting the players in the right position. They got to make the plays at the end of the game. You got to get the stops. I think you get a little timid in the fourth quarter. I just talked to my young ladies about that. I mean, that's been the theme now since Texas Southern on February the 8th, and that's what I talked about this morning. I talked about that. You guys got to finish strong in the fourth quarter. I saw adjusted at halftime. They closed that gap again. We was fortunate to be up 30-28, and I knew we was going to go back out there and get it. We got plays that we can run for the players that we have on the floor. It's just that when it get clutch, you know, big time players show up and make big time plays in big time games.
It is what it is right now. How do you flip that switch and get them focused going to Atlanta for the tournament?
Well, I just gave them a little bit of it. We're gonna go back home tonight and tomorrow. They're gonna speak to sports psychologists. They gotta figure that out because it's gotta be a mental block in their heads because we're leading. I mean, we was up against Southern to the last. That's the #1 team right now, right? Regular season champions. Right. And up until 2 seconds on the clock, 2.5. So that's something that they gotta figure out. I can't figure it out. I have no more eligibility. If I did, I could guarantee you wins because I can bring them home. But we just don't have that right now, and they gotta, you know, in the next 3 days, somebody may step up big. But we play one game and go home on Tuesday.
Definitely. Schematically, is there anything you see you can adjust for this team going into the tournament?
Yeah, keep going back home, showing them the film, and you know me, I'm gonna go back into the kitchen and cook up a formula. I'm always getting, bringing up new plays for my ladies that the team has never seen. That's why we were able to get a 3-point shot. They didn't know they thought we was going down here, so I can go back and put some together again when we in close situations that we can stay ahead. Maybe just be more mental with them. I think when I was at the University of Tennessee back in the days when we was playing the Final Four without a rest day in between, we did a lot of mental. So we would lay down and mentally see ourselves going through the action. So I might need to go back and bring some of that back out and mentally let them see themselves in their mind, not from my view. So we'll do that on Sunday, tomorrow, and Monday when we get down there. I should say up in Atlanta.
Definitely. You lost Sylvie Hendricks today to an injury. Her status.
I don't know her status right now. We'll get home and get looked at. And I mean, that's a huge piece. Did you even hear me say anything about Sydney? We didn't have Sydney. We still was up by the same amount of points we had when we had Sydney. So that just tell you what these young ladies can do, right? And like I tell them, I'm gonna have to answer questions about the play. And everybody knows it's not the coach because I'm putting them in the best position. Calling out, doing a good job of calling the timeouts, giving them the right plays. They just gotta go finish. Just gotta finish.
Good. Good guys.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yes,
One more,
you can.
Coach. From your post players, I thought you had some good play from your post. Sage Lover, thought she played well. Maya or Ellis played well. Talk a little bit about the play from your post against this new team.
Yeah, I mean, our post played a big part. I wish they would have been bigger because you missed some easy layups at the rim. Like I said, I can draw the play up and get them in position, but they got to go score. And that was an advantage that we knew that we could have against Cookland and a lot of people down the line. Our post play is one of the positions that we've been needing to step up, and they did step up, but I need them to be bigger in their role, especially, you know, we're going to get them shots right at the basket. We're not asking them to do a lot, but to make a layup, rebound the ball.
And with that, just kind of follow up on that. With the rotation there, you have Carter, you've got Sharp. How do you find the rotation? What's your philosophy or what's the pattern in terms of getting those young ladies in? Because I think seemed like in the first half there was a good rotation and they all played well. You went a little shorter in your rotation in the second half.
Yeah, as things get tighter, the rotation was because of what they were doing. Cookman went small, and I can't have a 6'6" out there that's gonna get blown by. So it's the games of adjustments, and it's also the you got to feel as a coach, and you got to know your players. And I know my players, I know them very well, and that's something that that I have a gift of knowing my players and knowing my young ladies. So I put them in the best situations to be successful. They went with a small rotation, and we worked on that. That's why we know that we can play either Yvette or we can move Cheyenne McEvan as a forward, kind of with their small lineup, and that's what I was able to do. Once again, we did miss it because that's why the rotation had to be different, because we had to go to a different type of rotation without her. And like I said, 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, we got rotation. As the game get tighter, you have to tighten up on your rotation and still try to get breathers, which that's why I save my timeouts for that, knowing that I will ask my young ladies, are you tired? If they tell me they can go, I'm gonna keep them in there. If they tell me they can't, I'm gonna find out the best rotation. You saw Ina, Ivette's younger sister, get in the game for some minutes to try to give a blow. So I am trying to juggle a lineup with what I have, no excuses. I'm still gonna give my young ladies the best that I have and give them the best they can play in order for them to be successful. But like you said, our post play was huge. It just needed to be great.
Can we get two more questions, then we'll let you go, Coach? I'll let him go first.
You go ahead. I'm good.
So Keith had the Fangs Up podcast here. One of the things and keys to the game and keys to the season has been free throw shooting. Can you share just maybe some of the struggles? You know, what are some of the reasons, especially for the novice who don't know the game as well as you? You know, why some of the free throws might be not falling for us?
Well, that's mental, right? It's just you and the ball. So once again, it goes back to the mentality. If you would have saw it was on my board, it was telling you next play. So because you can't get high with the highs, you can't get low with the lows, you got to stay even kill. But still, it's a mentality. You have to have confidence. Coaches don't give you confidence. Players give coaches confidence to play them and put them in those situations. So we'll go back home and work on some free throw shooting and try to put them in that adverse environment, which is the swipe. We've been in that environment. They got to knock it down. Told them they got to do whatever they got to do and talk to themselves, but that's mental. That's all mental. That's the mental part of the game. Coach can't do nothing. Put them in the situation where they're gonna be fouled and you know, pray on the sideline they can knock it down.
Last question for you, Coach. This is it's a rough way to end the season, but you've elevated the floor of this program. This is the second year in a row this team's going to the SWAC tournament, and you actually have a shot to really develop something. So a lot of times we talk about grows and glows, and you know it may be hard to see the glows right now, but could you speak to that glow of taking this team to a place where it can go to the SWAC tournament and actually have a chance to make some noise?
Well, like I said, I was a tough competitor. So when I took this job, I knew it was gonna be tough, right? Coming in year one without the ability to recruit, taking a 6-24 team to the SWAC for the first time. Year two, still being handicapped to the NCAA rules. Young ladies in the program that I didn't recruit that had to stay in the program because of the NCAA rule. It's just like this. I don't treat my stepchildren like stepchildren. I treat them like I birthed them myself. So that's the same thing I've given this team and this culture. And sometimes we might have some clashing, but it's my program, it's my culture. I know what winning look like, smell like, taste like, because I done won at every level. So, like I told them in here, we got another day to live, and we're gonna live and win again for Wednesday, and take Thursday off and keep going, or you're gonna make me play one game and think about next year, and change is coming. My recruits will be in you. All the young ladies that I recruit. I don't want to worry about that right now. I want to worry about Atlanta and putting us in a position again, and hopefully that mentality finally, you know, it just the light switch just got to go off. And when it go off and they win that game like that, then we roll.
Thank you, Coach.